In today's really fast video, I'm going to show you how to use my no-fail pizza dough to make cinnamon sugar donuts. And we're going to deep fry those. I've got vegetable oil here at 350 degrees Fahrenheit ready to go. If you want to know how to make my no-fail pizza dough, you can check a link underneath this video in the description box. Also check the little eye up in the right-hand corner of your screen. That's clickable, and you can click a link there and it'll take you right over to that video. Pizza dough does not contain a lot of sugar, so if you're looking for a reduced sugar dough, this is a really good one to use. Just going to get a little bit of flour on here. And this dough does have yeast in it, so it's going to puff up nicely when we start frying these. I have your typical donut cutter here, and I'm just going to cut these out. A little flour on there. We've got our little donut holes. I'm just going to bring in my oil. So this oil is going at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm just going to take my donuts, just get them right into the oil. Now we're just going to let those fry until they're nice and golden brown. You can see already they're starting to pop up, which is a good sign, so that there's a lot of oil underneath, getting under there. So now I'll just let those go, and I'll be back. So this is about 3 minutes in. These are almost ready to flip, but I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to flip these over now. You can see how nice and golden brown they are. I'll just let those go for another couple of minutes, and then I'll come back. So this is about 2 minutes later, and these are nicely done now. I'm going to get these right out, right onto a little bit of brown paper. Oh, these smell really good. But just wait. So there we have those. Let me move this out of the way. And then right away, cinnamon, sugar, mix right onto those. Apply a nice amount. You want to get that on while the donuts are still piping hot. Look at that. Oh, and that smells amazing. So I have the 4 little donut holes left. I'm going to get those in and just let those go. 3 and 4. So I'll let those go. I'll finish those off and then I'll come back. While our little donut holes are still going, I just wanted to show you something fun that I did. I took all of that leftover dough, I rolled it out, I grabbed a pizza cutter, and I just cut it into strips. And you could just deep fry these just like this. Or what you could do is put all of the ends together and do a little pigtail thing. Over, 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 over. Get them all underneath. And now you could deep fry it just like that, which I'm going to do right now. I'm going to get that into the oil as well. And I'll let those go. I'll move this back so you can see. So I'm going to let these finish up and then I'll come back. So here's my last one. Sometimes when you have the little donut holes, they don't want to stay flipped over, so you might just have to hold them down a little bit, which what I was doing on this last one. These 3 here were fine, but this little guy just doesn't want to. See, he always wants to flip over, but he's nice and brown. He's good enough now. Right onto there. Cinnamon sugar right away. That looks good. And then our little fun experiment here. And that looks good. I'm just going to move these over. And I think he's perfect. I'll bring him out. Oh. Get him out right onto there. Look at that, they all opened up, but that's fine. And some more cinnamon sugar. So let me just clean up and then I'll come back in 1 second. So I've cleaned up and zoomed in, and hopefully you can see how nice these donuts are, and I wish you could be here. They smell amazing. And before you ask, I know exactly what you're wondering. You're saying, okay, you made these with pizza dough. Are you going to do a video where you're actually going to be making a real donut recipe? And the answer is yes. So what's the difference between a pizza dough and a donut dough? In your typical donut dough, you're going to have eggs, there's going to be butter, and also milk. The only thing that's missing in this recipe is that there is less sugar, there is less yeast, and there's no milk, and there's no butter either. But it is still a yeast dough, and they still produce very good donuts. I do want to keep a couple of these for my little thumbnail and my little intro for the video, but let's just grab one and I'm just going to show you what these look like inside. And I guess I should actually zoom in a little bit more, but look at this. Oh. Oh, really, really good. I'm going to have another bite. So we have those ones there, and then we have our little donut holes. So let me zoom in even more for this one here. So here we have our 4 nice donut holes, and you can see how nice and puffy they got. Really nice texture on them. And that cinnamon and sugar really brings these donuts to life. Now when you're doing this type of donut, which I just did on the fly, if I were going to make this design in a real donut, I would make the design first and then you let the donut rise before you put it into your oil. Whereas I just quickly braided it and put it into the oil, and that's why it came apart. But look at this. It's still fun. You've got a little bit of browning. You've got the inside that didn't, but look at this. Oh, amazing. Really, really good. So that's it for this really fun video. I really did do this on the fly. I do this all the time when I have leftover pizza dough. If I'm having a little party or a get-together, I always just take my little bits that are left over and I do this, I put them on the table, and they always get gobbled up. So don't worry, in the future, I will be showing you how to make a real donut dough. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you wish, I really do appreciate that. And if you're on Facebook, you can check me out at facebook.com/BakeLikeAPro. So that's it for today, and I'll see you next time. Oh, that is good.